Hi guys, you're tuning in to BBZ Reviews, where three vastly different individuals with varying technical backgrounds come together to share their thoughts on movies, films, and everything in between. Hi guys, welcome back to BBZ Reviews, which stands for Boomer and
Millennial.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, today is B.M.Z.
So, yeah, today we have B.M.Z, which is another special edition because we're doing a film that our M here is very, has researched a lot for.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Can you not call me M? It sounds like I'm masochist.
Our masochist here, our
Excuse me.
millennial here. Yes. So our film today is Ghost in the Shell.
Yes. And that's my pick. And the reason why I picked it is because I like it.
Very simple.
And actually, this is one of the most rewatched film for me. I watched it again and
right.
again.
Fair.
It's a 1995 82 minutes film directed by no other, Mamoru Oshii. And it's based on the same name comic book by Masamune Shiro. Yeah, so actually I read the comic book first. Before the animation. Yeah. So, but I knew Mamoru Oshii's work. So I was really like expecting the changes that I'm gonna talk about later.
Okay.
Yeah, the difference between. Yeah. So what's your take on this film?
For me, I don't want to let my lit profs down because I did study a sci-fi and fantasy mod, right? And we studied a lot about these sort of like figures, the post-human and whatnot. But what I did like this film because of the art, the way they portrayed the city also, the way the city is illustrated, the sort of overlaying, like and the water reflections, all those little mini details, right? They are. I feel like they really make the film what it is.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. But I feel like there are some complicated things that this film talks about that requires a lot of unpacking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
This film is not a one-time film. It's more of a rewatch a few times.
3 times,
then
4 times, 5 times,
Yeah, exactly.
infinite.
And this director is known for that. And he says his movie is like a chewing gum. He can chew many times. And,
Right.
I mean, there's a few of his films like Tenshi no Tamago, Palabor.
Oh, you watched that?
Yeah, I watched it a bit and I was like,
Right.
it's like very similar storytelling.
Yeah.
To
He's
potential.
got his style.
Yep.
Yeah. But the Tenshi no Tamago is Angel's Egg in
Yes.
English.
Yes,
And although I'm a big fan of the director, that's a film that I can't
It's like
stop myself falling asleep.
Oh, because it's very long ago.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
slow,
style, yeah,
and no
that's true.
dialogue. Yeah.
It's compared to Ghost in the Shell, it's much more. It's different in the way of storytelling is very different.
Yeah.
But it has very similar themes, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Angel's Egg was made before this film.
Yes.
And he was jobless for like 4 years.
Oh.
Because he made that film.
This film is like 10 years before he made Ghost
how
in the
so?
Shell.
What's the relation? Like what made why?
Oh,
why?
the people went like, what the hell is this? You know, I don't understand at all.
Too absurd.
Yeah.
It's too
Too
extract
futuristic.
from
No, not this Ghost in the Shell, but the Angel's
previous-
Egg.
yeah.
It's not. It's more fantasy.
Fantasy, okay.
Yeah, nightmarish
Yes.
fantasy. Yeah.
very hellscape type
Yeah.
of things.
So to this director, this Ghost in the Shell, he claims his most entertainment film.
To him,
Yeah,
like
by then.
okay.
After that, he made more entertainment, but and also except for his comedy animations like
Urusei
Urusei
Yatsura.
Yatsura. Yeah. So
I mean, if to him, it's like his most entertaining film, right? And I think a lot of people would say they also agree since it's 95% on the Rotten Tomatoes review.
oh
It's one
really?
of the highest rated anime film. Yeah, I guess not just him, but everybody else agrees as well.
Yeah. And like I don't want to go detail on this, but this film was 1995,
Yes.
and The Matrix was,
Matrix was. I forgot.
and you
No
can tell,
idea.
right?
I've
Because
Opening
it's influence,
green.
yeah.
Digital,
the green.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
cyberspace.
all this, you know,
influence,
yeah,
influence the Matrix for its
yeah,
opening, yeah.
the electric plug in
Mm,
behind the head and
Very
all
similar.
that, yeah. So, okay, I said don't go into detail, but
But
the
you
funny
are.
thing is that this Wachowski brothers by then
Yes, correct.
yeah.
Because now they're.
Went to see him, Mamoru Oshii,
Oh.
when they went for a promotion for Matrix
Oh, yeah.
in Japan.
Mm.
Then Mamoru Oshii was, you know, American, they need to be careful about what they say because it's a lot of suing cases in America. Yeah, so they indirectly told the Oshii Mamoru, like thanking him for inspiration, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then Mamoru Oshii said, "Who's not influenced by other film?"
Oh.
Yeah. So he really doesn't
That's
care.
pretty,
Ah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good, that's good.
He's pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So but yeah, more fans pissed off at them than the director himself. It's kind of weird to me. You know? Yeah.
So yeah, this film has a few films in its series. In a sense,
Oh yeah, so many.
Stand
Yeah.
Complex and stuff.
Yeah.
It has
Arise.
2 TV series as well,
Yeah.
and a Netflix adaptation as well in 2017,
Yeah.
which I have not watched yet.
Uh,
I know it exists, but I have not watched it.
You talking about
you
the
didn't miss
Scarlett
anything.
Johansson one? The Scarlett Johansson one.
Okay.
Is it?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Scarlett Johansson one is a
that
horrible,
too,
horrible,
yeah, that too,
Hollywood adaptation.
Yeah. Live.
Because
live
it's
action.
it's like its story is like the first Ghost in the Shell, but it's talking about Stand Complex.
About what?
Oh yes.
It's mixing
yes,
two different
Kuze and
films
all
into
that.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it's so bad because
Mm.
they're not trying to adapt truly to the narration. It's more of trying to
And-
combine.
Yeah, and to me, the biggest disappointment on the live action film was from, let's say, from this Ghost in the Shell, the 95 film, which talks about humanity and all that, the big picture. And they made it into a person's identity crisis,
yes,
you know,
yes,
which is
yes,
shrink like,
Oh.
let the juvenile novel to do that, right?
Yes,
You know,
even
it's
even
like,
their cinematography is very different than
yeah,
Ghost in the Shell because Ghost in the Shell has a lot of like dark elements in it, while in the Hollywood adaptation is like a lot of bright colors.
yeah.
Do you think it's because of the fact that it's like not animated, and people often want to follow something, a storyline, but you know, like for instance, this anime, and also because there's no limits to like drawing, right, illustration.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
so much more that
But-
can be done in
but
an
it's-
animation.
Yeah.
Everything is VFX for live action film.
Right.
Have you watched it?
No.
Okay.
I haven't watched it
And
yet.
it's boring, so oops. I'm so pissed off. It's very boring, so let's go to other topics.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Don't watch it.
So it Ghost in the Shell's main storyline is about this entity called Puppet Master, which is neither an AI or a human because it's not.
Yeah.
It's born the
From the sea of information.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like what the hell is this?
yeah. I mean, it's the comparison to us, the human and other animals. We are from the sea, right?
Ah, yes.
So yeah.
We evolved from
Mm,
organisms in the sea, then eventually we came to land.
right.
Yes.
So yeah, that's there, and we see the tree of
Tree of life, yes.
Yeah, life. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That was like, I was like thinking, what is that? It looks so familiar, but I couldn't. Like, I had to actually look back
Oh,
to find out
okay.
what's it.
It
about.
wasn't very clear.
Yeah,
Couldn't
because it
tell
was a
either.
very brief showing.
Yep.
Because it's not like you show it, you see it fully. It's like destroyed at the same time.
Yep.
I think
It's like a ex-museum kind of place.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like fossil and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the fact that it's destroyed, it like the image itself is very representative of what the entire film is about.
Ah, yes, that's true.
Right?
Yep.
It's like destroying binaries of like procreation, sort of imagining a future, perhaps like a post-human future in a sense.
Ah, that's true. Because it's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
in a sense, it's evolving from
They did talk
just
about that, right?
just being human and to something even more greater.
I would like to talk a bit about original soundtrack. it's by my favorite composer, Kenji Kawai.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's been doing a lot of animation and a few live actions as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now he does for like Taiwanese film.
Oh.
Or, yeah.
Oh, he branched out to.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep. Or like NHK period drama
yes,
kind of
yes.
thing. Yeah.
Like when you say that, right? Like he branched out to Taiwanese films and NHK. I'm like thinking, how is he like Ghost in the Shell soundtrack to
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things? Because it's so like.
But this is pretty unique to his style as well.
Yeah. Because it's even like it feels very like trance like. Like
yeah.
because the way he is like it's like something's gonna happen.
Yep. And recently in Japan, they
Mm.
came up with all Ghost in the Shell series soundtrack
Oh.
in a high resolution,
Wow.
except for Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the release of that, they interviewed Kenji Kawai, and he shared the new info that he didn't share for longest time, 95 to till now, was that Mamoru Oshii is a unique director who tells the composer, which is always Kenji Kawai,
Yeah.
that what instrument he wants to use
Oh.
instead of what kind of style or what kind of feel.
I see.
So for this, Mamoru Oshii went to say like, I want ethnic drums.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kenji Kawai went around to buy this, like all kinds of different drums, and he purposely didn't search for the proper way to perform it in those cultures, but he just experiment with his friends
I see.
to have the interesting sound. Then after they made the drum tracks, he realized that there's no melody and you can't really support the entire opening just by drums.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he came up with the idea of using Bulgarian voice, which is
What
is
like
Bul-
it's a kind of singing from Bulgaria,
Oh,
and it's very unique to their way of singing.
I see.
Like very different harmony from like ordinary like Western music. To say like, I mean, Bulgaria maybe Western, but yeah. So he get in touch with those singers. Then they say, we can't sing to score.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So because it's very folk, last time the farmers were singing that way and all that. So it's very different from a bit more academic kind of music.
So it's like feeling. type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. So they say they can't, sing to your melody. So he had to think of the other way around.
Going back to the
which-
drums? Did he go back to the
No,
drums?
no.
then?
He went to talk to this Japanese folk singers.
Oh.
Yeah. So that opening, Aga
Yeah.
my ba.
I was like,
yes.
It sounds like very Kagura-esque style of vibes.
Wow. Yeah.
Like,
There's a link to Shintoism.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh.
Because I keep hearing
Yeah.
the bell every
Yes,
time.
the bell is very important in Shintoism,
oh.
and it's one way is to purify,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the other way is to summon or call the God's attention.
Okay.
And
yes.
and it's interesting thing about the bell is it's not the bell itself, it's the sound of the bell which calls or purify
Oh,
the evil.
yeah.
So in this movie, I think it's more towards calling for
Calling, yes.
God. Yeah, and so that do you have that thing that I asked you? I want you to read.
Where
This is the lyrics of the opening sequence,
Okay.
which Kenji Kawai himself wrote the lyrics.
Oh, you
Yeah,
okay.
and
Okay.
he picked the phrasing and words from Manyoshu, which is the Japanese oldest poem book, which has got more than 2,000 waka, which is like a bit longer than haiku. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I translated this from this to modern Japanese to English. So can you
Oh.
can you
wait,
say-
sorry, it
yeah.
started off as non-modern Japanese, which is
Yes, it's written like most of the ordinary people wouldn't
traditional-
understand.
Oh,
It's from like more than 1,000 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
let me read it out. Okay.
Yes, please.
When I danced, the beautiful woman was intoxicated. When I danced, the shining moon resonated. God descends from heaven for the marriage. The dawn broke and the birds of the night cried. God gives us grace from far. It's very religious.
Yep.
Yep. But this god is not Christianity.
It's
God.
yes,
Yeah.
the Shinto.
Yep.
But speaking
So
of,
so
like-
you would say one of the gods.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because Shintoism, yes.
Yeah.
Like, but speaking of like religion and stuff, right? They have a lot of like references from different religion inside this film,
Oh,
like
yes.
from the Bible as well.
Angel.
Yeah, the angel,
Yeah.
that's what especially.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when doing the part where they were at the boat, when the both the major
diving
and
scene.
Huh?
She
Yes,
sees
yes.
another one
the
of
major
her,
and
is it?
the Bato was talking about. Then there
Oh.
was this like thing that they hear, right?
Mm.
Like what was it?
Oh yeah, that line.
It's like
yeah.
now it's like we're looking through a mirror and what
Mm.
we see is a dim image,
Yep.
which is actually if I'm wrong, a reference to the Bible
Mm.
under Corinthians 13:12.
Mm.
For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known.
Mm.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there.
Yeah, it's basically like what this is more. It's more reference to at the end of the film, when when the puppet master and major
Motoko.
Motoko, yes, they unite.
Mm.
Then you see where she was like staring into a mirror.
Yes.
She
the
sees
two of
herself,
them, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
she sees herself and the puppet master
Yes.
as one.
Yes.
So basically they combine like
Mm.
that's like the goal of the puppet master was to have unity
Mm.
between a scan of the human brain as well as the ghost of the born from the sea of the net.
Sea of information.
Information, yes. I think that's the way to phrase it.
Yeah. And speaking of the boat scene with the diving scene.
Yes.
Actually, the other day we watched Scene Unseen, and the ladies were talking about objectifying female. In this movie, Major Motoko Kusanagi, she herself is objectifying her body.
Yes.
You know, she doesn't. Because Bato keeps on hanging the clothes
yeah.
for her, or
Like-
like look away when she was
Yeah.
unzipping
Like
her.
there's no consciousness of her unity.
Yeah.
It's more towards battle.
Yeah. And
But I would say she has to do that because her body is made such that she has that optical illusion power, right? Only when her skin is
No.
shown. it not?
It's yes, you can see that.
no,
it's
no,
like
no. She's wearing a suit.
she's wearing a
but
suit, yeah.
Oh, she's
Because
wearing a
it's
suit.
the
It's
suit
very
is
thin
making,
one,
that's
yeah.
why it's like very provocative because it's like
Yes.
But was
very
it her
skin
who
contact.
wanted to wear it, or was it like the Einstein-looking guy
oh no, not the
Einstein.
not the general.
Oh, general,
that made
okay.
her?
No, because it's the
what's
mission.
Yeah, it's a mission. Yeah.
No, he didn't make her.
No, like what's the reason why she is even dressed this way?
The reason is for utility. It's for her to be camouflaged.
Yeah, for operation.
as perfectly
yeah.
as possible. Because you see the guy like they ran away from them, right? When he's wearing like some raincoat type of the camouflage. And you see how it was like stuttering so much.
So it has to be bodycon,
So it's like sorry, polygon.
bodycon,
Bodycon,
like it has to
yes.
be
Yes. So
body
it's
type.
that's why during that fight scene in the sewers, the one where they were in the
yeah, yeah.
open water, right?
In the water,
Yeah,
right?
he couldn't see her well. In the meantime, she could see him properly. Even though he was like,
And he also were wearing the
Yeah.
coat kind, but it's not as flexible as
yes.
Major's.
because it keeps
yeah.
fluttering and it moves. Yeah.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say it's a form of self-objectification. Like objectification itself, I don't even think she has that concept
Yeah,
from
that's
the
true.
way I see it.
She
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't have the concept of looking at herself from the male gaze, in a sense. So I don't even
Yes,
think
yes,
it's
that's what I'm
yeah.
trying to say.
That's
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Mm.
But it's more like how she tries to open the hatch of the tank.
Ah,
yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
She
she pulls
Oh my God, that was
until
so
her
crazy.
muscle breaks
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
arm breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't value the physics.
The
of-
physical
of-
body
yeah,
at all. Yeah.
Mm.
It's actually very interesting to see the way her brain, like she has that ghost, right, in her,
Yep.
Yeah.
Ghost is
which
like
I think is a
soul.
completely different topic in itself, right?
yeah.
Like the way they
Yes.
talk
So
about it.
before you go in there,
Mhm.
like the very beginning, she's on top of the building. They're communicating. Bato and her are communicating, right? Then it's wired. It's not a radio. Bato sees what she's seeing because they are connecting the brains, electric brains. Yeah. So then Bato wants to see and hear the wiretap of the meeting in the building, right? She hears that in her brain, right? Yeah. So then Bato comments to say like, your brain has quite a bit of noise.
Yeah.
That's because the noise is not the audio noise. It's she's at the same time she's thinking about something else. And all
Yes.
that.
Yes. I
So
got that,
so she says it's the time
on
of
her
the
period.
month.
I like how she said that.
Yeah, it sounds like a joke, but I think it's and it is treated as a joke in the original comic book. But for this one, you need to remember that that because dialogue was adopted from really different episode of the original comic book.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't on that moment.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was said. Then we see manufacturing of her cybernetic body.
Yes.
And that's the first OST, original soundtrack, and which is called Uta. And there's many kanji for uta, sing, song, or this particular very complex uta is known for uta or utai, which is from no play. Do you know the mask?
Yes.
Traditional mask.
No theater, right?
And like mask play without any expression, it's major Motoko, right? She doesn't blink,
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, somebody bothered to count it, and she blinks for 4 times.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah,
If we trust him or her, then it's 4 times.
I mean, I would think that being a cyborg, you wouldn't need to like clean your eyes.
Yeah. I mean, Bato is like,
He's
lens
like,
only.
Is he like, is that spectacles or what? I don't know.
Oh,
what
it's a lenses.
It's a lenses.
Because he used to work for Ranger.
That's why he has
so
telescopic
yeah,
vision.
yeah.
I see.
I mean, this is not talked about in the film at all.
Yeah.
This kind of info is from the original comic book. So this utai is from No Play, and it's actually music outside of this play universe. So it's just like OST, original soundtrack, because characters don't listen to.
Don't hear it.
Don't hear it, right?
That was that term in some of these.
But it's got singing, and the lyrics talks about the emotion or the the situation.
I see.
So just like this, what you have read for us, it talks about the universe and the setup.
It exists beyond, outside of the diegesis of the film, but
Yes.
it is utilized to align with
Yeah.
the sort of emotions and.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I get it.
The last time when we did Ex Machina, I said
You wanted
this
to reference this, right?
movie would work. Ex Machina would work perfect prequel to Ghost in the Shell.
I see.
Yeah, because this Ghost in the Shell is set in only 2029, but it's so advanced, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There must be something before that. Then the Ex Machina, Ava runs away, and maybe she can be manipulating those programmers to create 20. What was that? 50. What's the code name for
2051.
Puppet Master?
2501.
2501.
Yeah.
When that came out, right, I was like, is this like a play of words like Ningyo type of thing? Because it's Puppet Master. I was like, this is like, is it? I don't know. I wasn't because nobody talked about it. I was like, maybe. Because I don't know what the 01
who knows,
to.
yeah.
Maybe it was about that.
And also like some parts like finger splits and
Yeah, the finger splitting.
keying very fast, right? Doctor something, the Amo guy, and the other one are the operators.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the original comic book, there were a bit of explanation outside the frame, saying that they avoid wiring their electric brain for ghost hacking and all that. So they prefer using physical to key in and
I see.
eyesight to read.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it doesn't say in the film like people are like, why are they using
Yeah.
timer typing? It's
Yep.
like so everyone just plugs your
yeah,
brain.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they purposely use those,
I see.
non-direct. Yeah,
Understand. Yeah, it doesn't say it in the film.
yeah. Many things are not said. Yeah.
Yeah.
The title of the film, Ghost in the Shell. Ghost.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I
Like-
think it's a soul.
So right.
I mean, they definitely they refer to ghost and soul interchangeably.
But
But-
if you're gonna say it that way, right? Yes, I mean like human scan of the brain, so yes. But how about the puppet master? Since he's not
Yep.
replicated, he's
Mm.
born from the internet in a
Yep.
sense.
So can we say it is sentient or not? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like even in the film, it was like trying to get its own rights.
Yes. Yes.
I think the film attempts to go beyond the notion of sentience.
Yeah. That's true.
It doesn't seem like that the puppet master or that whatever it calls himself, life form, all sorts of things, it's everything, right, but also nothing at the same time. It
Yeah.
doesn't I think it doesn't even occupy itself with this sort of idea. And the film itself also doesn't seem to think about sentience as an inherent human trait anymore, I feel.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Considering
true.
that like the Major herself also, right? Like
Yeah, because she's asking a question herself. Like,
Yeah.
is
Yep.
she herself?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there was that elevator scene after the.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about the garbage man.
Mm.
Yeah, but it was after the garbage man scene where they she brought a question to Bato saying, "Am I really human?"
Yeah. After watching the investigation of the
Yeah, because
garbage cleaner who's implanted
manipulated,
the
right?
fake memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what makes up you? Is
Yeah.
it the soul or is it the memories that you have gained?
Yep.
but then it makes you think, right, that
Yep.
we're not that much different from
Yes.
Yeah,
them
exactly.
at
Exactly.
all, and
Yeah.
that's intentional, right? Like we
Mhm,
function based on the memories that we have, and
Yeah.
we have only our own versions of the memories
correct.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think it's something Ex Machina makes you think about. A lot of other this kind of sci-fi books also, they do the
yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
I think the reference that the Bato made was if I think I know I exist. Which is like the same
Uh-huh.
as I think therefore I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's a quote by
He-
Rene Descartes.
Yeah.
Mm.
The
I forgot to pronounce the name.
card. The cards.
Yes, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but
I
yeah.
can't remember either, but yeah.
I was
In
like, oh,
Japanese, we
yeah.
call him Descartes.
oh, the card.
The card though. That's easier
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is like so freaking too deep to think about. So every time they question themselves, it's like so many references from philosophers that our real philosophers that they references.
It
Especially-
gets worse on the part 2.
Yes,
Innocence.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they talking
Yeah.
about? Like, luckily there was like subtitles and
Yeah,
saying, oh, okay, they're referencing
Because
this
part
person.
2, the innocence, is between Togusa, the revolver guy, and Bato. And they exchange their conversation by references.
Yeah, I was like, what is
Because they
going
can
on?
just quickly,
Yeah.
search.
Like the
on
archive is
yeah,
there.
Yeah,
They just gotta pull
they
it
can,
out.
but the viewers like, huh?
yeah. For us, it's
It's
like,
like, what are they talking
Yeah.
about?
Okay.
yeah.
So it means that their brains also have the ability to immediately analyze what these references are, and they sort of like
Yes.
communicate
Yes.
through that also.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have access to the internet, so
Yep.
I mean that is like
Yeah,
very cool
more
and stuff.
powerful,
Yeah.
but yeah, similar concept.
Like
yeah.
in the same thing that the major say at the boat, like I have access to all these things, but at the same time I am confined by what I yeah. That's like damn.
restricted by the
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know, like wouldn't you think that this puppet master himself or themselves, like there's no gender, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, good point. Because there were this ghost in the shell 2.0, which is not part 2. 2.0 is like a remaster version that when he the director Mamoru Oshii made part 2 Innocence, he realized how much he can improve on this thing on VFX and all that. And all the dialogues are re-recorded. And sound design were done by Skywalker Studio. and I prefer that sound much better than the original.
The ching ching of the
Yeah,
gun.
yeah. And one of the major difference for the voice, the character voice, is that this puppet master was a male voice talent for the original, but the second one is the female voice. Yeah.
Okay, very, very interesting, because that changes things a lot,
Yes.
right? Like the whole thing about how this puppet master, I was thinking, right, if this puppet master is not concerned, like the entire idea is to not be concerned with the binaries, right, of procreation, then shouldn't this puppet master not have like a voice that is in any way identifiable for you, like male or female or whatnot?
I see.
Yeah, and that if the cybernetic body and the cyborg body allows you to transcend that, then why do you still even need two like entities to unite into one to create another one? That is still aligning back to the humanistic ideal, right? That you go into post-humanism and then you're going back into something that is very inherently human, right?
Major says, why don't you make a copy?
Yeah.
Then he explains why not a copy, because copy is, vulnerable.
No variety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the concept, it's not really male female thing, but mixing the if human being is DNA, mixing the DNA and make different variation.
But
So
doesn't he
it's,
have the
it's not
full network? Doesn't he have access to the complete network of what's going on?
Yeah, but that wouldn't give him variation.
Yeah. It was just information. It's not like he has his own personality and stuff.
And
that's what
he
he's
also
lacking.
talks
What?
about he can die
Yeah,
after which
Like, just get a virus and he will just die.
to be able to die is part of life.
Yeah.
So Puppet Master itself can't die. So yeah.
So
That-
what makes her so different or so necessary for the puppet master?
It's not what's so different. It's more
Yeah.
of how similar they are.
Yep.
Like even in the
What
end, he
face,
mentioned, like we are very alike. That's why I chose you.
Which is what I don't really understand. Like,
But you watch only once,
Once,
right?
yeah, so I
yeah.
need to watch again.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay,
This
I'll
is
watch
the-
again
yeah.
and
Because if
reconvene.
you because like when you said that why is the Puppet Master's voice a male voice, right?
Yes.
But it was he also the Puppet Master also had a female voice during the boat scene because he was talking to them.
Yeah,
It was in female. It was a female voice.
that's right.
That's why Bato asked, "Is it you?" to the major.
Actually, this is a scene that you're lucky that you're reading subtitle.
Oh.
Because I can't make out what was said.
Japanese. Oh,
no, I
Yeah,
thought you-
yeah. For the
Oh.
first watching, yeah.
Mm.
It's so faint. Like,
Yes.
like,
So is that her?
Maybe that's the point, right?
Yep,
like you are
yep.
submerged into that scene itself.
Right.
Like what's going
yeah.
on?
But I like that the film gives you intervals. Like because of the soundtrack playing, right? It actually gives you time to think
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
about the things that you just.
I still need to pause.
Yes.
I still need to pause to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found those scenes very interesting because there's no dialogue, no action, but Major looks at mannequin, looks like her, and it's really asking herself what she is and is she really human? Then it starts to rain. Some may say cliche, but rain is always tear. So yeah. So she's crying.
Because she doesn't have the
Expressionless
ability to
face,
cry.
but yeah.
I see.
Yeah, and also like, it's obviously Japan, right? But it looks like Hong Kong, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
where is it set in?
2029 after World War III.
Japan.
Yeah, America has split into Empire of America and
I think it's like
United
something
States.
from the manga that
Yeah.
if you don't know.
Yep,
I
yep.
wouldn't know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Mamoru Oshii decided not to give us all this information. Yeah, so
You know that one scene, right?
I don't.
Okay, just
Yeah.
really quickly, that one scene when she wakes up, and before that it is
Oh, okay.
Oh.
scenes of her being manufactured.
The
Yep.
frame within a frame. I'll call it
Yeah,
frame within.
yeah.
Because of
the window.
it's like you're watching it, right? But it's like a
Yeah.
lot of black screen at the
Yeah.
side. Then you suddenly see her open the window. There's like
Yep.
the city.
Yes, yes, yes. Like,
I kind of felt like when I watched Parasite for the first time, I was reminded of that shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's true.
The mansion's window is exactly a cinemascope
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
yes.
So, yeah.
Oh. But
Yes.
yeah, like was it her somewhat remembering her like her literal inception?
I mean, there is a lot of theories for that.
Mm.
Like, it could probably be like the scene before where she jumped off the building, then her body got destroyed, then they make her body again. Could be that.
Oh.
Or it could
fair,
just
fair,
be
fair,
like
fair.
her actual being what's called constructed. Like when before basically how she was born. It could
Yeah,
just be that.
because it's like right after that she opens her eyes and she
Mm.
looks very. I don't know whether it's a human thing to make out expression from her face or whether she is actually made to express something. But I thought she looked a bit like contemplative. At least.
On the manufacturing of her cybernetic body, she makes a fetus posture and all that. Yeah, and also the soundtrack is called Uta, but Uta's got a few variations. So this one is particularly Uta, making of cyborg. So it says making of. Does it mean a birth or
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
just the body, or I mean there is a shot that her brain capsule inserted into the head.
inserted,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
Yeah, it could just be her birth lah.
but my bigger question is from the first time I watched it till now I can't figure out is after she wakes up, she does this.
Yeah. I was
I
just
think it
gonna-
might
I think
be
it's
It's like
traces of like her human element still there.
yeah. So
Because even though she's a copy,
Mhm.
she's a copy of a human.
but did she cry or is have you heard of phantom pain?
No.
Okay.
But can-
Not the game.
The title.
Not the game, but the phantom pain is like the character in Asan. If you lose a hand, right?
Oh, I get what you- oh, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking
yes.
about.
That I understand.
It's not there, but,
But
you
you
still
feel
feel the
it.
pain.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like reflect. Sorry.
It's sort of a
Your
muscle
brain
memory.
still
Reflexive, yeah.
remember.
Yeah, it
the
might
pain,
be like
yeah.
her reflexive action because of well, she was human.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. I thought that was something like that.
Mm,
So her cybernetic body is not tearing, but she felt like doing it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. She felt, perhaps she felt some form of sadness.
Yes.
Her body couldn't react to that
Right.
Okay.
aptly. Thank you for tuning in today and for our fruitful, thank you for our to our millennial for our fruitful discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he really knows a lot about these things. And
I-
thank you to Kaz also for his special knowledge
No.
and
thanks.
research. Yeah, that I wouldn't have known if we didn't have
research
this
in
podcast.
the book.
Quite a bit of it very Japanese related, so it's very difficult to access.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that I had a chance to share with
Yeah.
you guys and you guys. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone. 再见.
So I think I
Sayonara.
had to process it.
Yeah, I was like,
The process Malay.